My ladies on stage, they clapping. Transaction.
It's Week 11 of the National Football League. And up next, we'll see Aaron Jones. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Vikings and the Titans. And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, their head coach has got them believing in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Titans ready to go on offense for the first time, and it's Will Levis, the 25-year-old at quarterback, in his second season out of Kentucky.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Trying to run forward with Pollard. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out. How vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now 2nd and 5. Play action now. Levis. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
The Vikings offense making their way out behind their former number 3 overall pick, who spent his last year as a 49er. It's Sam Darnold.
And I like his honesty because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say that was on me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions, didn't find the end zone throwing the ball, put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy, but somehow they won the game.
They won.
Yeah, what I loved about is when he told us about the defense kind of corralling him in the locker room and said, all right, my man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
L'Jarius Sneed right there to knock it away. 2nd and 10. You talk about this Titan defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Off of play action, Darnold. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 72 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is number 1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. And now a decision here on the opening drive. 4th and very short, this part of the field. What do you think they do, CD?
I think you go for it. I think there's a lot of game left to be played. I like the advantage that they're trying to create here early. I say be aggressive and try and get it done.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
He completes it to Boyd. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. This defense for the Vikings, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
Back-to-back nice plays for Tennessee. Another first down for the Titans.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Levis to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Levis That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Again, it's Levis looking to throw it. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Pollard will take it up the gut. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Back to throw, it's Levis. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Chigakonkwo, his second touchdown on the season. And the Titans add 6 to their lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. For the Vikings offense, and Justin Jefferson set to take over once more. And he's very much alive in the race for most receiving yards by a wideout this year. Currently ranked 2nd in the NFL at this point in the season. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. A play fake, and it's Darnold. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The Vikings at 7-2 here on the year. Their head coach, he's got them believing in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
It gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Play action. It's Darnold. Steps away. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Harold Landry in there to get him. And that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Tennessee offense set to go again. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Levis now off of play action. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. And incomplete. You look at this defense for the Vikings. They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And they needed to be because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2nd down, another shot for Jones. Oh, good move. And shutting him off, now open field. And he will finally be taken down at the Titans' 38-yard line. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Jones. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4. Faking the give, Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jerome Baker, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Darnold. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Levis back to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Levis looking to throw. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll run with Pollard. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Pollard one more time. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Tony Pollard from 6 yards away. And the Titans are able to add on to that lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Folk connects on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. The Vikings now heading onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Now it's Darnold. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Darnold now to throw. Middle of the field to Jefferson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Levis sets up to throw here. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they wanted to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They've got the lead here as they begin this drive, trying to get that bad taste out of their mouth from the loss last week to the LA Chargers. So the pick 6, and now Levis right back to the air. That's to the tight end, Wiley. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Levis. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll bring it up here right at the 40-yard line. Now Levis. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2. Out of the gun again to Pollard. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And Levis with a smart move, sliding down after picking up the first. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They toss it down to Pollard. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 38. The Titans on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
And out now come the Vikings. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Up the middle, Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Arden Key, the ex-LSU Tiger, there on the stop. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll go again to Jones. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Jalen Naylor, 29 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and a couple. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Boyd. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted.
And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And the football going back to the Vikings offense. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. After the interception, here's Darnold. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up second down. Here's Darnold. Looking middle, and that's complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Back to throw, Darnold. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Throwing again is Darnold. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Here's Darnold. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here, 3rd and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now Darnold. Dancing to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Vikings will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. CD, for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Titans offense and running back Tony Pollard set to go back to work. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is... The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
At the 18-yard line.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. Romeo Doubs, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Derek Carr has a couple of touchdown passes there. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Devin Duvernay, a touchdown reception. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three? And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Vikings offense and Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up second down. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Off of play action, Darnold. That's down the field for Jefferson. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play there for Minnesota. 44 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. An inside give to Jones. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And they'll get him down right about the 20.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Titans offense had quarterback Will Levis ready to go to work once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Well, they go play action. Here's Levis. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
A give to Pollard running left. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, Levis. That's complete to Westbrook-Ikhine. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play that time on the catch and run. 38 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
He'll buy some time right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Will Levis, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Titans have got it back to within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead is down to a field goal. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the drive was capped off with a touchdown run by Will Levis. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made here at the 36. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. 3rd and 2. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Titans are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
And 8 yards to go.
Levis from the gun. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he will find Ridley on the left side. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be second down. Levis to throw it. That's dumped off to Pollard. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll punt it away for the second time. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The visitors' offense had Aaron Jones headed back onto the field. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. The give is to Jones. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time.
And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Titans are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. But now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. Levis to throw off play action. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Levis back to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Back to throw, it's Levis. He completes it to Boyd. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. Levis. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Third down and 9.
Levis sets up to throw here. And he is caught. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ballgame now, and he's got a first down. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
Throw right side, caught by Ridley. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 7-yard line.
And it's complete right back to Ridley. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. In motion, the tight end. Levis out of the gun on 3rd down. And Levis tosses his 3rd interception of the game. And the Vikings are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And now out comes Minnesota. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. A play fake, and it's Darnold. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The Titans getting set and ready to go here for their next drive. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
In motion right is Ridley. Levis out of the shotgun now. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Now Levis. Again to Calvin Ridley, and he's got it once more. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So nothing doing there, and that'll bring up second down.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Here's Levis. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. Folks' kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied.
So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Faking the give, Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Harold Landry picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 11. Darnold now to throw. And that is incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it'll be Titan football. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Levis now off of play action. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Titans 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will have a Titans 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Levis looking to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Play action now. Levis.
And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll give them a fresh set of downs.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Levis to throw it.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Pollard going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, yeah.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Now Darnold.
Pass complete. It's Hockenson.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Darnold to throw. Going back to the same well, it's Hockenson again. And Hockenson going to have the Vikings 1st down as he'll get this up past the 45.
He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Here's Darnold.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
A give to Jones. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Jones.
Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And his kick here is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Levis to throw.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Well, Charles, I know you have a lot of questions. So do I about the decision there at the end. They had the potential game-time field goal. Yes, it would have been a long field goal, but they passed it up, and they lose the game.
And you're right, partner. We all have questions, but I don't think anyone's going to ask the question more forcefully than the person who signs the checks for the entire organization. Why didn't you run the field goal kicker out there? You had a chance to tie the game. Looked like a makeable kick. Was the kicker hurt? Did you just not like the field conditions? This head coach is going to have a heck of an explanation.
So for the Vikings, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.